Fox News alert, President-elect Donald Trump and his plane departing New York for Columbus, Ohio. There's his plane at LaGuardia Airport. There's the runway. There's the sky. All right, you get the picture. Mr. Trump has been slamming a union leader who represents workers at the Indiana Carrier factory where he kept hundreds of jobs from going to Mexico. The union boss claiming that Mr. Trump overstated the number of jobs saved.
What they're doing, they're counting in 350 some odd more than we're never leaving this country at all. I think he's did a lot of negotiations, and I have likewise. And if you're dealing with people's livelihoods, you sure as the world ought to know what the numbers are.
Picky, picky, picky. All right, Mr. Trump blasting back on Twitter. Chuck Jones, who is president of the United Steelworkers 1999, has done a terrible job representing workers. I think that's how he would read it if he was reading it. No wonder companies flee the country. Charlie Gasparino of the Fox Business Network joins us now.
Terrible, Melissa.
Terrible. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Terrible. How does he do with the hands? He's got a very effeminate hand.
I'm not sure. Let's stop that, because I'm not sure that's a great impression. Moving right along here. I think that while Trump is in office, we should just assume the numbers are wrong. Like, just assume. I mean, he likes to speak in hyperbole. He's making a point. It's not about the specific number. I don't think his numbers are ever going to be exactly right.
I tend to, believe it or not, after our little thing yesterday, I tend to agree with you.
Yeah.
Remember when he said thousands of Muslims were dancing on?
Well,
okay, but just so you know, during 9/11, that they were on the rooftops in Jersey City, where there's a big Arab population. Guess what? There were a lot of Arab Muslims, probably not thousands, because there might not be thousands there, but there were spontaneous celebrations from people in the U.S. who were of Arab ancestry, and that's really bad. So I think he does exaggerate. I mean, listen, you do worry about a guy who exaggerates when his finger's on the button. You know, you don't want him to exaggerate the threat of war and start bombing. But I think this guy is so far out of line. I mean, okay, so he's 300 jobs off. I mean, it's not like he didn't save 800 jobs, right?
So trying to kind of piece together what to expect from Donald Trump and what to make of what he's saying. So the Wall Street Journal comparing him to Lady Gaga, which I think is about right, saying that he's a performance artist. In 4 years, it may be possible to say that making a performance artist president was a mistake, but that will only be true if he fails. If the Trump method succeeds, even reasonably so, it will be important to understand his art from the start. Yeah. So it's sort of like he does this thing, you know, he tweets, he's you know, speaks in hyperbole. He gets everyone talking and focused on something and talking about an issue. He scares companies into doing what he wants, and he brings them to the table. You don't like that.
That's the bad part. I mean, listen, it's one thing to have a great broad macroeconomic policy, which he does. He wants to lower regulations. The reason why the stock market's up, bank stocks are up. And by the way, that's good for the economy. So you want banks to lend, right? So small businesses get started and people go back to work. Is because he has great macroeconomic policies about lowering taxes, getting rid of useless regulations, fixing or eliminating Obamacare, hopefully. What you don't want is a president of the United States going to Twitter and manipulating stocks to get his way with companies. That's a form of extortion, and it's basically the flip side of what Barack Obama did when he would pick winners and losers. Solyndra, winner. Coal companies, losers.
Okay, I'm glad you brought this up, because I totally disagree with you on the picking winners and losers, as I did yesterday. You guys might remember. Take a look. To hold them accountable.
Was the $4 billion right?
We don't know anything about the negotiation.
Probably not right, but we know that's the way Donald Trump works. He goes with the big number first.
You destroy billions of dollars. Let me make this point. You destroy billions of dollars of shareholder worth on something that you got.
So Martha McCallum quit after that, and that's why the two of us are here now.
By the way, you're a glutton for punishment.
I'm a glutton. You're a glutton for punishment. You're the one that came back here because you're dead wrong. When he talks about these deals, because you're trying to make the point. You say that in Indiana, when he gives a tax break, that he's paying for it with taxpayers' dollars. Go ahead, make your point, then I'll crush it, please.
The great economist Sarah Palin understands this, and I know you went to Harvard, but you're making Sarah Palin look like Milton Friedman here. This is what I said, okay?
Oh, you better back that up, my friend.
This is what I said. The Carrier deal I thought was pretty good. He went in there, he basically negotiated with the company. He told the company, give us a shot, and we're going to do X, Y, and Z, and the company company said yes. Plus, they did do a little bit of crony capitalism around the edges where they gave them some incentives from the state, which is essentially taxpayers funding that stuff.
No, it's not. It's not. Because when you get a tax break, do you feel like that's charity from your neighbor in New York, or are you keeping more of your hard-earned dollars?
It's called corporate charity.
No, it's not. You're keeping your own profit. When you get a tax break, are you getting money from me, or are you keeping your own money?
No.
Are you keeping your own money, or are you getting a tax break from me?
You are picking winners and losers.
No, you're not. You're letting people keep more of their money.
See, here's the thing. You're arguing me about the wrong thing, because I don't have that much of a problem. Although I will tell you, your way of doing it, which Sarah Palin understands better than you,
why are you trying to insult me?
No, I'm just telling you, because she understands crony capitalism and you don't. And you went to Harvard and she didn't. She went to University of Alaska, and I think, or well,
Where are we going with this?
I'm just saying, what she understands is look when states pick winners and losers like New York State. We give certain businesses all these tax breaks, and we don't fix the economic climate. Guess what? They leave the state. That's one thing.
But you just co-opted one of my points from yesterday. He's got to fix the economic climate.
That's what he should be doing. And my point to you yesterday was take Kerry out of it. I'm not so crazy about that. I think it's some parts are bad, but some parts are good. When you go to some of these companies and you say, okay, you don't do what I tell you and I will crush your stock, that's called extortion. That's almost fascism. That makes Barack Obama smile every day. And you want, and by the way, Sarah Palin understands that and you don't.
We agree to disagree. Charlie Gasparino, my good friend. When are we going to El Molino for
Whatever
dinner?
you want.
Let's
I love
do that.
the place.
Let's get that on the calendar. All right, my friend. Thank you.